I got this audio mixer from Fifine and I'm not gonna lie, I'm very impressed. Anyone looking to get a streaming deck for gaming or even a budget podcast setup, this is going to be a solid option. The aesthetic look, the compact form factor, and the fact that it comes with a lot of core functionality you would want from a streaming deck makes it a very good option, and you won't have to break the bank for this one. So let's see how this holds up, shall we? Let's go over the product first. The unboxing is pretty straightforward. Open the box, take the safety packaging out, a bunch of cables, and then the mixer itself. There's a user manual with a lot of information, but you don't really have to read it since you're watching this video. The unit feels very solid, feels great, and normally I would get the black, but from all the pictures that I saw, the white seemed to make the RGB colors pop so much better. Plugging it in brings it to life. There are multiple color options you can cycle through using the top right button. Below that is the change voice button, which I will go over later in the video. It's very fun. Right out of the box, I tried to hook it up to the Fifine mic I have. This is where I ran into the first hiccup. I needed an XLR cable to make the mic and mixer work together. And since I didn't have that, I had to go all the way to Best Buy and then I came back to test it out further. Now, before I move on to the testing and review, I should tell you that this unit was sent to me by Fifine, but anything that I say are my complete and honest thoughts because they're not paying me for this video. Moving on. Going over the ports on the back from left to right. First, there's an XLR and headset in. There's a switch to let you set it for condenser or dynamic depending on which kind of mic you're using. If you have a headset plugged in and a mic with XLR at the same time, the headset mic will take over, so be mindful of that. Then there's a line in port which will let you connect any device you want playback from. This could be a phone, laptop, iPad, whatever. Like if you want to play music or something, this is a great thing. Then there's the headphone jack port where you will connect your headphones to monitor the audio feeds that are being mixed by the device and being recorded or played. Then the line out can be connected to speakers or something for playing the mixed feeds out live. Then the USB-C port for connecting it to your Mac or PC. This is also the port that powers it on. And now coming to the front of the deck. Starting from top left, the first is the 48 volt button. If your mic requires 48 volts through XLR, you should turn it on, and if not, just let it be. The electric button is for different types of Autotune. I'll come back to this one later. Then the custom A, B, C, D buttons are for recording custom sounds and being able to play them back throughout the session. So this can be used for any sound bites, effects or stuff. There is no memory to store anything on device, so every session you will have to re-record whatever sounds you need, so that's a downside. The way to use it is press and hold until the button turns white, and then you can start recording the sound bite for up to 15 seconds. And after that, whenever you press the button, it'll just play the sound you recorded. Then you see the slider. The left one is for your mic levels and the mute underneath to mute it, obviously. Then there are other sliders for line in, headphones, line out, and mute buttons for all of them too. Then there's the voice changer button, which I will come back to later also. And last but not the least, the top right button is for different RGB effects like I showed you at the start. Pressing it will cycle through all of them. You can use it to match the effect of your setup, change it based on mood or whatever else you need. Okay, now let's switch over to the mic connected into the mixer. So now I'm switched over to the mic that's recording through the mixer. The voice is going to be a lot different now. Let's test out the Autotune. Okay, so now it's at A. This is B. You can probably start to hear some difference there. That's just B, and this is how it sounds. There is C. Yeah, I can hear the difference. It's not that drastic, this one. D. Okay, this has like that trail effect going. There's just D. Okay, this has some like oomph to it, I think. There's AB. Yeah, this is definitely a lot more Autotune. G, hello. Well, this one's interesting. There's GB now. This is not that intense. Now this is F. This is F. This is also, this is kind of like when I hum or something. Yeah. Now this is just E. Yeah, this sounds a little. Now this is EB. See, I'm not gonna sing throughout this whole thing. I'm just talking so you can just assess the Autotune. I'm not singing. Now long press turns it off. Now as you must have noticed, none of them were really like out of this world or anything. They're fun, like small like fun effects if you want to use it during streaming or something. I think I like probably AB or one of them the best. But yeah, it's not that intense of an effect. It's kind of fun. Now we can go over voice, like the change voice button. This fun, funny, whatever you might want to call it. Let's just go with the male voice.
Now this is the male voice. Now the funny thing is I already have a male voice, so I don't know if it's more intense because my voice is already kinda deep. It is what it is. Now we're gonna move on to female.
Now, this is what I sound like as a female, apparently. Yeah, this doesn't sound like a female at all. Yeah, this just sounds wrong. Move on to robot.
Now this is what I sound like as a robot. I fail to understand what I'm saying myself, so this is very weird. Monster now. Now this is me as a monster. The grunt was fun. Okay, so I I can understand myself a little better with this one, but it's still not as clear. Now the baby one, this always gets me.
So this is me as a baby, apparently, like this. Again, like the female thing, even the male thing, like this doesn't sound like a real voice. I don't know what they're doing. Elder now.
This is me as an elder. So this is more of a male voice than the male voice itself. Elder, I don't know what that means. Just someone who sounds like old and wise or something. Yeah, I probably sound very weird now. I'm gonna turn this off again, long press.
And this is my normal human voice. Thank God. Um, the whole voice change thing is a bit gimmicky for me, to be honest. Especially because it's hard to understand what's being said. Especially the robot monster. Mostly these two, but even the female baby, like they don't sound like real voices. Like it's not gonna convince anyone that it's a female voice or a baby voice. The male one also, like nothing special. I already have a male voice, so it's still possible, I think. But if you're a female who ends up using it, maybe the kind of thing I felt with female, you'll feel with the male voice. Ello is the only one that I like, kinda, but still, I don't know if and when I would use it at all. So it's hard to understand because you can't really adjust the intensity of the mode, so you're just stuck with what it is set at, the default settings. So yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown. Given everything that we have covered, what are my overall thoughts? Well, it's a very solid stream deck. I've tested it out on calls, recording videos, stuff like that, and no bugs at all throughout. Of course, it's a very streamlined deck, so the functionality is very limited, but whatever it offers, it delivers. Coming in at $50, this is a very good deal. If you want something that's light, compact, lets you have fun while you're gaming or streaming or anything, I mean, definitely go for it. Just know that you will likely have to get an XLR cable if you don't already have one and if you need it for your mic. And that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. PS out.